Yes, go ahead, Anju.
So validation rule is used to validate the same record. If you want to validate the values on the same record, then you can go for the validation rule. So if you want to validate the existing records, then you can go for duplicate rules. Let's say a duplicate rule is nothing but validating the existing records if they are exist with the same criteria. Let's say if you want to check if the student is exists with the same name and he is active, then through the validation. Validation using the duplicate rule. So in the duplicate rules, you can go to the setup and try to search duplicate. Then here duplicate rules will be there. Okay. So select the object where you want to write the duplicate rule student. Okay. So validate active student. I'm giving this. Okay. So here enforce the sharing rules, bypass the sharing rules. You see this, it says what is enforce the sharing rule. Okay. So it use the bypass sharing rules. I'll let you know what is the accessibility and others like that. Now here, this duplicate rule should fire on create and edit as well. So what it does, it should block the record. I'll explain you what is block. This one, alert text. The code is already says student is already exist. Giving the error message. Now student. So what is the error condition you need to give? You have to throw a validation if the student name and let's say again if I'm trying to create student name with student 344 and student status is active, then I have to throw the error like the student is already exists in the system. Okay. Now for that we are throwing the validation. So use the duplicate rule. Click on this. Duplicate rule is created. Okay. Edit. So for this one, we need to give the criteria, right? Which criteria it has to match. For that, we need to create one matching rule. Matching rule is nothing but whatever the conditions you are giving in the for this one validation rules, the same kind of thing. So name should match with the exact match, okay, and status should be exact match, okay. So here what I can do is just say means with the same student name and with the same status, if the user exists, then I have to throw the error message. Save this. Okay, activate this validation. Matching rule first. Go to the duplicate rules. Now we have created one, right? Validate active student. Now this matching rule will work for every time. Means if with the same student and same status, if it is already exists, it will be thrown error. Okay. So, but we need to validate only for active students, right? So now what we can do is student status equals to active. Okay. So then what it does is if the student status is active, then only this duplicate rule will be filed and will throw the error. So in a duplicate rule, you have two things. One is duplicate rule and second one is matching rule. So matching rule is nothing but a criteria. Duplicate rule is nothing but that's a parent for that when it will be filed. See this? This is active now. Okay. Now let's go and create one student with student 344. Okay. Cancel. Active. Save. Throws the validation message. And along with validation, it throws what is the existing record here. Okay. So in the duplicate rule, what we did is we have given the status like edit series. So we have given this action on create block, action on edit block. Block means it just throws the validation. It doesn't allow to say the record. Okay. So if you give this allow, okay, alert, okay, then allow, alert and allow. If you give the block, then there will be no option. But if you give the allow, then there will be alert or report. Okay, try this. Report means it will throw the, I think it will send an email as well. See this. Okay, go ahead and save this. Okay, see this one. One possible duplicate record form. Okay, now here save, ignore alert. This is the alert it is given. Save it means you can save the record. But if you block it, there will be no save. Okay, so this is how it gives. Okay, the record is saved with the same name and same status as well. So that is the duplicate and matching. Okay, if you block it, mostly that won't allow to create the same record. And that too, if you want to create the students with the same status and others, see this. Okay, let me edit this. Okay, and try to save. This is already exist. Okay, so what happens is, let me active to inactive. Again, change from inactive. Okay, on edit also, it will throw the error. But it is just alert. It's not blocking you from saving the record. If you go for the validation rule won't show the existing record here. But duplicate rule will show the record here. Even, so let's say if you are trying to create with the same name, student 44 and x2 status, saved. Okay, it throws the possible student record. Okay, what is the latest? That latest record will be displayed here. This already exists. Okay, so that is the val. So duplicate rules and validations. Any questions on this? Is Satya is there?
Yeah, Anjay.
Okay. Sujit, you were asking on the day one how to duplicate the rule.
Yes, yes, sir.
Are you clear now?
Yes, sir. Cleared, cleared.
Okay, so everything will come. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So any other questions, guys? Okay. No questions. Just so tomorrow I'll be joining at 10:30, something around that. Then I'll ask the interview questions. Okay. So the questions will be on these things: Salesforce, history, then sandboxes, editions, not sandboxes, I'll explain. Editions, what are the different editions? Then standard custom objects. custom fields, whatever fields,